Pick Computer Science video number 13, looking at application software. In a video on operating systems, we've already looked at how application software sits between the human user and the operating system. So we have our operating system installed onto a computer, and after that we can install some useful application software. And there is a screenshot of a user loading up some useful application software, some examples there such as Microsoft Word, a word processor, Google Chrome, a web browser, VLC media player, a media player, and so on and so forth. And we're used to seeing application software on our smartphones these days, all these apps as we call them, so apps short for applications, do useful things to help us with our lives. Key things to know about application software in general for the exam are that application software allow the user to do something useful, something that would have had to have been done even if there had been no computer. And you'd have to give some suitable examples, which we'll go through in a moment. You might also get asked about applications packages. These are complete sets of related pieces of software. They may contain documentation describing that software to the user, and you might need to give suitable examples, so something like Microsoft Office, a suite, a package of related Office applications, or something like OpenOffice, which is a cheaper alternative, would be good examples. So what are suitable examples? Word processors, spreadsheets, presentation software, DTP software, desktop publishing software, image editors, web browsers, and to a lesser extent you might get asked about database software, email software, computer games are applications. You could also be asked about the type of applications that businesses typically use in order for them to help to run their business. And you could also be asked about something called cloud-based solutions, which you may know a bit about already, but we'll talk about later in this video. So, a word processor. This is for writing letters, and these could be possibly mail merged, and if you're not sure what that means, look into it. Or they could be for creating reports or writing essays, etc. And there's a screenshot from the world's most popular word processor, Microsoft Word, which no doubt you will have used at some point. Spreadsheet software is used for doing some maths, financial calculations, and also for modelling complex real-life situations. There's a screenshot of Microsoft Excel, which you will have probably used at some point. You will be very used to using presentation software. This video was created with the use of presentation software. What you're actually looking at is a PowerPoint presentation. So these pieces of software are used to create multimedia slides to accompany a presenter during a presentation. They may also be used for kiosk or information screen displays, such as the one you can see there. PowerPoint, of course, is a very popular piece of presentation software, but you may have used an online cloud-based solution such as this one, Prezi. DTP stands for desktop publishing, and we use this sort of software to create documents where layout is of vital importance. So it could be something like a certificate, a newsletter, a menu, a poster, a CD cover, and there are many more. And Microsoft Publisher is a well-known piece of DTP software. Image editors, as the name suggests, are for creating and manipulating computer graphics. These could be drawings or photographs that have been taken with a digital camera or scanned in, and we've got the ability to put special effects and crop pictures, remove backgrounds, etc., etc., with a piece of software such as Adobe Photoshop shown here. Web browsers have become vital applications to us. So these are for obviously browsing the World Wide Web, as you know, for viewing web pages, but also they help manage us downloading content. So if we were going to download an MP3 from a website example, we'd use the web browser to help us download that file and tell the web browser where we want the file to go on our computer. There are lots of different famous web browsers. There's the icons for a few of them. My favorite is Google Chrome. Database software is for storing data in a structured way, and also for searching for that data or querying that data. There's an example of Microsoft Access, which is used to be able to store relational databases, tables of data in a structured and ordered way. Email software, as you will know, is for sending and receiving electronic mail. And we can also do other things with email software usually, such as managing our email contacts and managing any appointments. It allows us to have a calendar or a diary in there. Microsoft Outlook is a well-known piece of software you can install onto your computer to help you connect up to an email account. But more often than not now, we will access our email in the cloud. So we'll go onto a website such as Gmail and we'll have an account in there. So we won't even need to install any software other than our web browser on our PC. We will probably all be used to playing games. This is for our pleasure and our leisure. This is for entertainment. We might install games on our PC, or we might load a game into our console. We might have a game on our smartphone, and we might go onto a website and play a game online. Either way, games are also classed as applications. They allow us to do something useful, usually. Now, in years gone by, the exam board have been very keen to ask students about business applications, pieces of software that are specific to help run a business and that most businesses will use. So these could be things like payroll systems to be able to keep track of how much companies are paying their employees, account software, sales and order processing software, an MIS. Colleges have MISs to be able to keep track of students and see how they're performing. A marketing system, CAD standing for computer aided design, so software that helps you design objects, and CAM, computer aided manufacture, that helps you manufacture those objects that you've designed. Stock control software for retail businesses and warehousing businesses, process control for factories, and e-commerce, so the websites that allow your customers to buy your products. Now, a couple of times already I've mentioned cloud-based solutions. So these are basically just applications that you don't have to install some software onto your PC to use, but they actually live on an organization's website, such as Google's. Google Docs, which is now known as Google Drive, allows people to have a Gmail account and within their Gmail account create word processed documents, spreadsheets, slides, etc. Using the software that's on the website and saving it into their Gmail account. So really useful and up and coming and used more and more by people just for their convenience. You tend to find the software isn't as rich in its features as what we call a client-based application, such as a piece of software like Microsoft Office, which you might install onto your computer, although Microsoft Office itself now also offers a cloud-based version. So there I am loading up Google Sheets, and there I am creating a spreadsheet using a cloud-based solution, Google Drive. So to summarize key things that you need to know about applications for your exam. You need to know definitions of application software and applications packages. You need to be able to give valid examples. You need to say what each of the examples does. You might need to talk about business applications. You'll need to talk about cloud-based solutions. And typically you will have to suggest applications for given scenarios. So the exam board might give you a story about somebody and what they need to do in their job, and you would suggest applications to help them. To do some further reading, you could pause the video at this point and read about the different steps that we typically see in a payroll system, and you might ask your teacher for some resources to investigate other important business applications which you should really know about. You could do some research into different packages, so as well as there being Microsoft Office as an example of a package, you could look into OpenOffice, a free alternative. You could use a website like teachict.com to be able to compare terms such as custom software and generic software. That would be worth knowing as well. And yeah, I hope you have a nice time doing that sort of research. Bye for now.